do have skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Excuse me, bro. Can you tell me where One Trading Place is, could you?
That's the big building there on the left side.
The Waitemata Community Law Centre.
Yeah, just on the ground floor.
On the ground floor of the big building on the corner.
The big building.
Cool.
Just on the ground.
Thank you. Cheers. Hiya.
Stephen Duffy or Robert Thompson about?
Did you speak to them on the 0800?
I've been corresponding to them over email.
Okay.
Here.
No, they're not, sorry. They only come in once a week.
Oh, okay. Is there a lawyer available I can speak to?
You fill out one of our forms. So just both sides of the form. Did you have some photo ID as well?
No?
Okay, that's fine. Just fill out the form.
Sure. As far as I know, that's all correct.
Mark King?
Yep. There you go.
Good mate, I'm Christian.
Mark.
Nice to meet you.
Correct.
And you've got how old are your kids?
How old?
Yeah. And then so
Built it myself.
oh there you go. Well done. Yeah.
That's the person's name. Correct. I've been corresponding with Robert. Stephen.
Okay. And currently are you okay, do you mind hereby solemnly and sincerely declare that the above is your true name, address and occupation, and you make this solemn declaration conscientiously believing the same to be true and by virtue of the oaths and declarations Act 1957.
I don't understand the Oath of Declarations Act 1957, so I can't say whether I know that or not, but that's the name Mum gave me, that's our family name, and that's where I live. I can't verify my date of birth, I was there at the time, but I honestly can't remember. You'd have to ask Mum a lot. So that's purportedly the 6th of July. And I've been studying law for 5 years.
Okay, you just sign there. Yay. So, what's the story? What are you here for?
Well, I got a speeding ticket in the post back in June, or May, from the police. I gave them a conditional acceptance, pending proof of authority claim and jurisdiction. Requested a court hearing. Went to court on the 13th of July. Prior to attending court at Auckland District, I got into correspondence with the Auckland District Court on 15th of June onwards, letting them know, or giving them legal notice, that I'd be exercising my right to receive and part in information and opinions of any kind. And if I look up information or opinions in the Black's Law Dictionary or Butterworth's Law Dictionary, it tells me to do with court matters. So what better place to gain opinions and information? They told me that I needed to request permission to record. I do not see the reason why I would need to request or beg or apply for permission to do something that is my right to do in the first place. Stephen from here said to me there is no right to record or publish whatever I record in the Bill of Rights, 1990, Section 14. He's quite right. It says in any form, in any of any kind. So that's pretty open in my book. The court staff on the day, the registrar, Rita Lopez, sought a direction from the judge, Tim Black, to have my property confiscated from me. I was surrounded by four security to take my cameras off me. I was told via email prior to that I could discuss recording in the court with the judge on the day. I was told to go there and ask for the judge's name on the day. Did this. They wouldn't give me the name of the judge. They wouldn't. There was no discussion about recording because everything was taken off me. Well, at least what they thought. They missed two. I still recorded the audio and I still recorded the video, and it's been posted, showing Judge Black screaming at me, demeaning me, threatening me with contempt for being asked if he's practicing law from the bench. I'm standing there holding up an unsigned plea of guilty, pending I could be informed of the cause and nature of the proceedings, and he proceeded to, on my behalf, enter a plea of not guilty against my wishes, intent and direction. So he's gone and got himself a judicial conduct complaint lodged against him, and as far as I'm concerned, as a party to the proceedings, irrespective of the Bill of Rights, I have a right to keep an independent record of that matter as well. It's all being ignored. Threats, coercion, intimidation is all I'm getting back. And my rights are not being respected. I've lodged a complaint with the Human Rights Commission as well in regards to that. But at the end of the day, I've got to go back on the 7th of November, just over a month, or under a month, to see a defended hearing, in which case I'm entering a motion to have the previous plea struck and for the matter to be dismissed because there's been no evidence of subject matter jurisdiction. I've been told by law service here that it is prosecutorial misconduct for the prosecutor not to establish subject matter jurisdiction prior to entering a plea.
Okay. This is way beyond what we're interested in doing. Okay? We're interested in people that are about to get tossed out on their ear from their house, okay? About to lose their job, lose their means to a livelihood. You've got a complaint about a judge because he's taken away your recording equipment over a speeding fine. It's just not what we're about.
It's kind of a large compile of everything there. I've done everything lawfully. I've given legal notice of my intentions, and it's been stood
I'm not saying you don't have a case. I'm just saying it's not the sort of thing that we're going to spend time on.
Why?
I just said.
Because
we get funded for a certain amount of cases a year. We get funded for a certain amount of cases a year. We get funded for a certain amount of cases a year, and we've got clients coming out of areas who are...
I haven't asked for legal advice.
Okay, what advice are you asking for? Ask me a question and I'll tell you if I can answer it.
Is it prosecutorial
I
misconduct?
don't know. You're looking at something that's more detailed than what we deal with. Okay?
Devil's in the details, is it not?
Okay, so but your question is it prosecutorial misconduct to do what?
For the prosecution not to establish subject matter jurisdiction prior to a plea being entered.
For a prosecutor
Not to establish subject matter jurisdiction prior to a plea being entered.
subject matter jurisdiction, do you say?
You understand what that is?
Jurisdiction prior to a plea being... Now, do you know the answer to this question?
Yes, it is possible prosecutorial misconduct because I've had an answer from Robert Thompson of this place telling me it
Okay,
is.
so your answer is yes, it is. Okay, so why are you asking me this question?
Because I need to find out the validity of what I've been told from one person to the next.
Okay,
At the moment I'm getting mixed answers from no matter who I speak to.
Yeah.
Steve.
So what if it really is important to you, you're going to need to pay a lawyer to do some research on it, but we're not going to do that. You're going to need to pay a lawyer to do some research on it, but we're not going to do that. You're going to need to pay a lawyer to do some research on it, but we're not going to do that.
I do my own research.
Okay.
And is it not correct that a lawyer's first duty is to the court?
Do you know the answer to this question?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is it,
I've asked the New Zealand Law Society has said yes, it is.
Your question is
any lawyer or registered member of the Bar Association first duty to the court and not the client?
okay.
In other
Your
words,
answer is yes, it is. Yeah. So why are you asking me this question? Well, first of all, why were you asking?
why am I asking questions I already know the answer to?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, because I'd be stupid not to ask a question of a legal professional without knowing the answer or doing any of my own due diligence or research prior. Would that be correct?
Well, I don't know. Would it be correct? You're asking me these questions and you already
Because
think
I
you know
always,
the answer.
it's not a thinking.
So
I
just
go
stop
by
there.
what
I'm not going to get into it further, okay? I'm not going to get caught in a web of your question. Okay, it's
Am I not
what
to
we're
answer
here for.
questions?
We're a community law centre. We're
Yeah.
providing basic advice to people on a settlement of issues. Now, just pause there for a second, okay? I just want to get one other person in on this. Okay, is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, sure. I received this response from this law centre from Stephen, answering
Stephen,
some...
you've got a name there? He's a volunteer law student.
At this place that I've been corresponding to for the last month.
Right, okay, yeah.
Okay. You guys did help me out with the trespass issue, like I was trespassed from a medical centre.
What's your
That was
legal
great.
issue today?
My legal issue is that I want to be able to exercise my right to keep an independent record of any proceedings that I'm a party to, and it's being infringed upon.
Write it down there, okay, and once you've written it down there, hand it into the front counter and I'll answer your question as best I can, okay? What I'll do is I'll leave that with you.
Hi, the gentleman I was just speaking to, Christian, said to fill that out, hand it at the counter. Do I go back in there and wait for the answer now? Or?
Yes.
Pardon?
But he's already Christian's already seen them.
Yeah, he sent me to fill that. He told me to write my question there, hand it up to the counter, and he'll come back to me with an answer. Thank you.
All right, man.
Right.
So, you may not record in a court unless you've got the judge's permission.
Does that not infringe on my rights to do so in the first place? Because to me, freedom to seek, receive and impart information of any kind in any form includes doing that.
Right.
Hence, in any form, recording. Now, if I'm just sit there and take notes like they suggest, the registry suggested you can take written notes, well, doesn't that distract me from actually the matter at hand that I'm there to discuss? And as trigeminal neuralgia, subarachnoid hemorrhage, my memory ain't the best. So that is why I record things to review. Whether or not it gets posted up on YouTube has no significance whatsoever, because that's something else I can also do. If someone has an issue with that, they can complain to YouTube if they think there's a breach of privacy or a breach of copyright. Those provisions are there, as the Auckland District staff have already done. The videos are still up, they're just blurred out, because there's no breach of privacy in that matter. So if I wish and give them notice that I'm going to do what I have the right to do and the freedom to do, why should I downgrade that to a permission? Because asking for permission means that there's someone of higher authority than me to do it, to grant me that permission. They don't have that authority. People might say it's academic or it's political. That it all depends. Well, that's a semantic argument and all the rest. Well, words written on bits of paper are how we're all governed in legislation. And if I have the complete and correct understanding of these words, then surely that doesn't make me smarter than the average bear. You know, and that's all I'm doing is exercising my freedoms that I already have. So who says that I need to ask permission to record? Do you get that?
I hear what you're saying.
Right, but you don't understand it?
Yeah, I understand.
Right, so why do I need to get permission?
Because the court says that you have to have permission.
And who are the court in relation to me? Where does the court derive its authority over myself or the person I represent?
Yeah. Well, that's a question. I can't give you the answer, definitive answer to that right here and now, but that's a question that you may want to pursue.
Why would the judge not allow me to question the subject matter jurisdiction? Why was he yelling at me? Why was he telling me I'm going to enter a not guilty? He says I don't care what plea you enter. I've got the transcript right here. I don't care what you entered. So why did he enter not guilty plea? Why did he ignore the plea I was holding up? He lied and said I was refusing to enter a plea. I'm holding one up. Well, that's blatant lying. So how do I get over it? How do I get around that? He's supposed to be an impartial referee, isn't he?
Yeah.
And yet he's working with his accomplice, the prosecutor, and just presuming the accomplice has provided subject matter jurisdiction when they haven't. So why isn't the law being followed?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know the answer to those questions.
Well, I'm at a loss, because when I go there next time, I will be recording again. And if the judge wants to threaten me with contempt, I'm more than happy to apologise, because apology resets any contempt. And I'm happy to apologise and ask him why he's threatening me. Because at the end of the day, he's not acting impartially. He's threatening to lock me up for asking a question. Is he allowed to practice law from the bench? Can a judge practice law from the bench? Can a judge enter a plea on my behalf against my wishes and intent? So there's that yes.
Oh, I'm not going to enter into that. I mean, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm here to get answers from a legal... And why can't you? Because your duty is first to the court and not to the person asking the question. I'll take your smile as a yes. Okay, well, I'll be there with bells on November 7th. It's disgusting that I've told them from day one that everything I do will be recorded and may be posted for public transparency and accountability, and it seems that this entire judicial system doesn't want to be held accountable, because why else would they block me from recording? got me dumbfounded, and from the responses I've got from the general public on what I've posted already, that's exactly what's happening. It's just hiding. So the Judicial Conduct Commissioner, they have gotten back to me after 2 months. I gave them a chaser. They said they do it on a case-by-case basis, and they haven't got to mine yet. How many complaints are there out there against judicial officers for there to be a 2-month backlog before they even look at mine? Not in good shape, and yet the Judicial Conduct Commissioner is there to do the trust and confidence to the public on the judicial process. There is no trust and confidence in the judicial process. So how do I... I'm just all for holding people accountable, and if these people that follow their own rules don't like their feet being held to the fire, well, that's just tough titties for them. But I don't live under fear of coercion or threats, and yet, according to Stephen from here, the state uses its coercion and force over its public. That's not a free and voluntary society. With New Zealand is a voluntary society. Does not the government rule by consent of the government? Or are they elected into power, or are they supposed to administrate the public affairs because they think they've got power over us?
It's sort of more of a discussion. So.
Well, it's a discussion I'm happy to have, and wish me all the luck in the world. At the end of the day, I mean, the fact that they tried to stop me recording, and all the security did was put my audio recorder closer to the judge. They didn't like me thanking them for that. I told them to pass on my regards to the security guards for giving me a better audio. Perhaps they should train their staff better about recording in courtrooms. But the fact that it wasn't allowed, why have I not got any repercussion come back to me for doing so afterwards? Do you know what I mean? So it must be okay, eh? Thanks very much, Christian. It's been informative, my friend. Well, as you just heard from Christian, can't answer my questions, won't help me, and I'll take his smiling and his facial responses that he knows exactly what I'm doing. So, yeah, we'll take it from there.
Good luck.